players.
I thought it was a really good game by Michigan. Thought they came down and played well. Got a good start. Made a couple really good defensive plays early against us, and then got a big hit early to take a little bit of the pressure off of the game and played with the lead. Would like to have seen us compete a little bit more offensively early, get a big hit. I felt like there was times in the middle of the game. Just get the run in from third with less than 2 outs and get an RBI hit, and you got a tight game and you got a chance to make it play, but we just couldn't get that big hit today. We've actually got it a lot in the last couple of weeks, so hopefully we'll have it tomorrow. That's about it.
We have Logan Sowers and Luke Harrison. We will now take questions for the players.
Logan, coach just touched on it, but kind of the biggest part of that 6-game win streak you guys had coming in with all that 2-0 hitting, timely hitting. Just why do you think you guys weren't able to do that today?
You know, Michigan's starter was throwing a lot of strikes early, and we just weren't taking advantage of that. We were watching too many pitches, and that hurt us.
How do you think maybe Glenn's just catching center to start that game in the first inning, that kind of have an effect on you guys mentally? Just like, how do you do that?
I mean, it certainly would have helped us if you wouldn't have caught that ball, but, you know, you just got to roll with the punches. So we can bounce back from that.
What was so tough about Adcock? Obviously, you had less trouble with it than some of your teammates, but what was he doing out there to help him get through?
I mean, you know, he was just throwing a lot of first pitch fastballs for strikes, and we just were watching it. We just weren't swinging the bats, and we just got to do a better job of jumping on the fastballs early.
Luke, I guess you had aside from that 1 3-run homer, you had a pretty good start. Just what all happened on that homer?
Threw him a curveball, left it over the plate. I think he was sitting on it. Wasn't the worst pitch, but he made a good swing on it. Good job for him, and he did a good job. You
kind of labored the first 2 innings, and he gets up in like around 40 pitches in the first 2 innings. Just did that have any effect on it? Maybe arm getting a little worn out?
I would say worn out. They battled through a lot of deep counts first 2 innings, so I mean, I wouldn't say that I got tired. I felt fine throughout the whole game. So I would just say I made a good swing on it.
Any further questions for the players? All right, players, you can be dismissed. Thank you. We'll take questions for Coach.
So you're bringing about a dozen pitchers to the tournament who have pitched in big innings for you as a result of a little bit of turnover, some injuries. Does that depth in the pitching staff help you plan ahead for a tournament where you're playing every day?
I guess the best part is we got a pitching staff set up to come to the losers bracket. That's what you mean, because we've been lacking that Friday night starter with us. If you look into our numbers pretty well, so it's been. You know, we got a lot of guys who started some, relieved some, can bounce back. So even today we're throwing Jake Kelser there out there in the middle of the game, and he was our Friday night starter a couple weeks ago. So we just we got a lot of pieces. You know, it'd be nice. I think we got 2 of our more true starters still sitting there waiting, but they just couldn't pitch ahead because of pitch counts and coming back to the week. So not that Luke wasn't, but until 2 weeks ago, Luke was our setup guy. So it was just, you know, throwing those guys out there, getting them some different roles. But I think we got enough pitching to make a statement.
And speaking of pitch counts, I think he was at 63 when we took it now. Is that with an eye towards maybe bringing it back over the weekend?
I think so. We figured he, you know, 2 times, maybe 3 through the lineup with him is about all he's conditioned for. So it wasn't. I think he would be able to pitch back, you know, on a Saturday or a Sunday for an inning here. But I think for the most part, it was just the way he's been conditioned. He was about 30, 40 pitch guy most of the year until last week.
How important was Kelser pitching 4 innings at the bullpen? Maybe keep the rest of your bullpen rested.
Huge. I mean, and you know, he's just pitched better out of the bullpen. I can't explain it, but he's been pretty good. And he was really good last weekend. So hopefully we can get him back here later in the week too.
I guess do you have an explanation about reason as to why the 2-out hitting, the time hitting kind of went away today?
Yeah, Adcock probably. You know, sometimes you got to tip your hat to the other pitcher. We played well. We just didn't. We couldn't get that. We didn't get that hit today. I can't explain it. And that's what we've done so well lately. Hopefully, we'll be able to do that again tomorrow.
I guess how do you move forward the rest of the day? How do you, I guess, maybe get them over this loss, get them prepared for tomorrow morning?
Well, it's this time of year you got to have a short-term memory. I mean, I didn't even yell at him after the game. Just that's exactly what I told him. I said, hey, it's you got to forget it. You got to be ready to move on. It's the postseason, and we've coached a lot to get to this point, and it's a player's game now. I mean, they got to go out there and play, and some of our guys got to play a little bit better tomorrow than they played today. And so that's our take on it. I think we're going to go back, eat good, let them rest, and get back at it tomorrow. We got a good team. I'm confident in our team. I think we can get on a roll and play well, and we've done that lately, so I'm excited to see them respond tomorrow.
I guess especially at this point, after you've already come out of that huge mid-season funk, you kind of feel like the players already know what they need to do to rebound?
Exactly. I think that's the chiseled part of us is we've been punched in the nose more than once, and they've responded all year, so hopefully, waking up tomorrow, they'll just come out and be ready to play and play hard. Everybody's playing for something right now, so ours is, we're trying to play and just play well and build our resume and fight to get to the end of the week.
Speaking of the resume, you're on the good side of the bubble probably right now, but if you go 0-2, you're probably going to be in a little bit of trouble. How do you feel about your regional chances right now?
We're real positive. I mean, we did everything the NCAA has said in terms of play on the road, play a hard schedule, play well at the end of the year, those type of things. I mean, we kind of match up all those things, but we've talked this for weeks and weeks is, we want to own our destiny, so we want to play our way in instead of back in. So we feel like our resume is really good, but we still want to keep playing good baseball and keep adding into it, and we want to win the tournament here.
Do you have a plan for pitching tomorrow? Does it matter if it's Iowa or Ohio State or what?
It doesn't matter. It's going to depend on. I got to check with Kyle Hart. So Kyle's one of our starters. It'll be Kyle Hart, but I got to make sure he's, recovery-wise, he's good because he's coming off a major injury. So we just got to touch base with him. That's our plan. It wouldn't matter who the opponent is.
Anything else for Coach? All right, thank you.
All right, thank y'all.